Boy, oh boy, what a trip! Don't you think, Miss what are you... Oh, Sandy Souls, Miss Ditz.
Yeah, and trust me, it ain't just in my shoes.
I'll make it up to you, I promise.
No, it's fine. I don't hate leads or nothing. Just this sand makes me crabby.
Well, wouldn't that make you,
Don't say it, boss.
Sand crab?
That's it. I'm going on break.
Don't worry, I'll send an hourglass and come get you when the last grain of sand falls. I'm sorry I couldn't help myself. I'll just blame it on the lingering virtues. Anyway, enough fooling around, listeners. This is Bobby Dimes of the Wasteland Times, and you're listening to the Wasteland Times Frequency. That's WTF for short. We just got back from everyone's favorite sand pit in the pines. And boy, are my morals tired. But first, a message from our sponsors, the Heathen Dumpling Delivery Service. Rain or shine, day or night, with the Heathen's mites, they'll deliver any dumple request on site. For your quickest fix of fried stuffed dough, dial the Heathen Dumpling Delivery Service. Now let's get on with the show. That shindig was one hell of a sinful swing. Adventurers, scientists, heathens, and hunters from all across the waste showed up to get a piece of that pre-fall pie, as an ancient heathen dig site was cracked open. Upon entry, reports of a strange wave of feeling and urges began to spread through town. But in the moment, no one seemed too worried, blinded by the tantalizing trinkets within the freshly flipped flim-flam alley. Brave Joneses who dove into the pit told tales of cred lining the walls, gems like cobblestones covering the floors, and valuables literally hanging from the ceilings, ripe for the pickings. But that's not all that was down there. Creepy crawly critters crashed this cave crawl and beat leads to these tunnels. Spiders, snakes, rats, and even butterflies made this wonderland down underground home before the explorers even set foot in the dark. But wastelanders will be wastelanders, and where some would see a snake or rat and turn tail and leg it, others can't help but make Google eyes at the majestic critters of the wastes. Numerous accounts of townsfolk claiming these critters as pets have been reported, one of which being Professor Solius, who was witness to have a whole bushel of, snakes, and a skin-tickling sprocket swearing to become the Rat King at all costs. Remember those strange feelings folks mentioned before? Well, those feelings turned out to be something a bit more than butterflies in their tummies. Sins, virtues, emotions, surged through townsfolk and drove strain to fight, steal, take naps, flaunt, and much, much more. If you think these suspicious symptoms sound similar to something you've heard before, then you'd be right. The 7 deadly sins, virtues, gone viral, of the heathens poured out of the site and took hold of townsfolk, some more than others. It's rumored that the more a strain harbored a specific sin, the more susceptible to its influence you were. And while this meant uncharacteristic behavior to some, it was a calling for others. Heathens had a holy hullabaloo this day. From the dig site came whispers and callings to all heathens, drawing them deeper and deeper into the tunnels in search of religious answers. And while some faithful would see this as a once-in-a-lifetime religious experience, it was just the beginning for this band of jazz jockeys and gin-jivers. The faith of freedom and festivities sure know how to make a splash, and reports of faithful getting to meet their virtues themselves sent their hep step into overdrive. Party after party made excursions to meet virtue after virtue to cheer up the low-down chumps after they all seemed to get into a funk. And while heathens were meeting their gods, other strands were meeting giant rats, who occasionally tried to send them to their own respective gods. You might think giant rampaging rats would be menace enough, but I'd still choose those buck-toothed terrors over this next headline. Terrible tallies make high stakes, townsfolk tremor and residents quake. A tally-marking serial killer wreaks havoc in town, snatching up unsuspecting residents and murdering them in secluded locations. The killer in question was appropriately named Tally, after their affinity for drawing tally marks to count their corpses. Their actions seemed to spark a creative wave, and soon a whole gang of copycats were inspired to follow this model of murder. Their endeavor turned out to be a trip for biscuits after sloppy work landed them in custody by residents. Justice was served in the form of a heaping hunk of hot lead, and a copycat murderer named, Their name's all scribbled out. Strange. Almost like someone didn't want their name to be remembered. Well, guess we'll never know now. And their only legacy will be a smoldering red stain in the sand, since a crackpot cannon crew refurbished a howling howitzer in the center of town and christened it by turning it on the wannabe Tallies. In the end, Tally claimed 9 lives, and leads kept their eyes peeled and pals close by. Meanwhile, at the dig site, Jazz Joneses and heathens have reached record-breaking depths and discovered the mother of all chambers. Deep underneath the grounds, explorers found themselves in the most unlikely of places. A quaint dive bar is something you'd expect to find in the streets of an old apple, not under mounds and mounds of sand. But it wasn't just any old sandy, sneaky speakeasy. This was the bar at the end of the world. The origin of the Seven Heathens, all the way in the beginning. A party that lasted days and days until no one was left. From what I can glean, the original virtues were stuck in their own personal limbo, unable to party in peace due to a cycle of regret and sorrow for the sour end to their swinging dance. But once Wastelanders found themselves inside, they were met with a scenario much like the end days of that holy hop. A horde of Zed bore down on the little bar, and all hope seemed to be lost. Were the Heathens doomed from the beginning, thrust into an unchangeable series of unfortunate events, and doomed to die martyrs like their highly revered virtues? No! Some keen ears noticed lost boys begging to be let in, and somehow convinced the defending degenerates to lower their guard and let the crybabies in the bar. Once past the bouncers, the cycle was broken, and an exit was revealed, letting the holdout hooch hitmen free from their wacky watering hole, and finally putting the seven sins down for a long overdue slumber. But sadly, this revelation did little to slow the spread of Zed, causing the band of booze hounds to bar hop their way back into town. Remember that cannon from before? Well, they've been itching to shoot off more lead altogether, and were handed a wonderful invitation to politely close up shop for the night, and deliver a few last calls to the dig site. In a spectacle worthy of an overture, these crazed cannon canaries showed that site shut, and the flood of Zed along with it. Boy, what a thrilling conclusion to an equally thrilling, historic, and holy event. I learned more about the Heathens that weekend than I did my entire life. And what a fascinating faith they are. Oh, sweet sassy molasses, what in the name of signal is that? Wait, googly moogly, it's destroying everything. Missed it! Oh!
Sorry, the sand crab's still on break.
What? Are we really doing this right now?
Yeah?
Oh, please, mister. I'm sorry, I'll never call you a sand crab again, I promise. Oh, please. Son of a signal, that was expensive. Please, it's even the studio. I'll never make another pun directed at you ever again. As sure as the signal flows through me, no pun zone, a pun-free area, an anti-pun field.
All right. But hear me good, boy. Don't give me signal. If you pun at me again, I'll get a whole swarm of giant rats in here.
Yes. Now, please, just get rid of it.
Hey! Bad rat. Look what you did.
Are you rubbing its nose in it?
Yeah, what do you think I was gonna do to it?
Kill it! It's a giant monster!
What? Boss? How could you? I'm not some sort of killer, you know. Besides, I think she learned her lesson. Aw, it's okay. Did the scary Mr. Dorms make you grumpy too?
Hey!
Aw, it's okay. Poor thing. She's just scared is all. Probably follows here from Leeds and has no clue where she is.
Listeners, I can't believe this.
She's just a big old sweetheart, isn't she? Here, have a cheese ball. I think I'll name her Penny. What do you think, girl?
Oh, no, you don't. There's no way in signal-loving heck she's staying. Just look at the studio. There's no way. She's out. O-U-T, out.
Ha. Guess she's an inside rat.
But she can't, it's a giant rat. It can't stay here.
I don't think that's up for you to decide, boss.
Fine. But you're not allowed to be mad at me anymore. And you're responsible for her. You hear?
Oh, thank you, boss. I promise you'll be a chip off the old cement block. I'll teach you everything I know. This studio's gonna be the best guarded place in the Waste. Donna and Penny, WTFPD. Keeping the Wasteland Times running and safe at all costs.
Sure. Whatever you say. But I don't think Penny likes me very much.
Oh, come on. Don't worry, you two are gonna be the best of friends. Just you wait.
Now, I wouldn't say friend.
It's starting to feel like a real family in here.
A family, you say? Holy ham radio, we're still live. Listeners, if you're still there, this has been Bobby Dimes of the Wasteland Times.
And Donna and Penny. Say hi, Penny.
Mistress, I don't think it can... Have a what? Never mind. And you're listening to the Wasteland Times frequency. That's WTF for short. Thanks for tuning in. Good night, and remember to lock up your cheese, or something might just find it before you do.
You sinners, drop everything. Let that harmony ring up to heaven and sing. Sing, you sinners. Just wave your arms all about. Let the Lord hear you shout. Pour that music out. Sing, you sinners. Whenever there's music, the the devil kicks. He don't allow music by that river. Styx, you're wicked and you're depraved, and you all misbehaved. If you want to be saved, sing, you sinners.
A family, huh?